Our business is Record Harvest out of Nevada, Missouri, and also Prime Meridian, a data company. Record Harvest deals mostly with equipment, yield monitors, auto steer systems, a lot of things that Deere and Case have put on, but we've been doing since the mid-90s. We've grown to about 18 employees, and we travel Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma. We've been using a lot of this technology since '99 to 2000, and we started with yield monitors, collecting yield data. We feel like that's very powerful to the point that we can really pick out drainage areas that need to be corrected. And we're also using that a lot with variable rate seeding technology and fertilizer. So we can take those past trends from those yield monitors and know where to put the seed to get the best bang for the buck, and also increase fertilizer rates in those better areas of the field. With some of the technology we're using today, we're kind of going backwards in a sense. The nice thing with Record Harvest and Prime Meridian is we do have a 3,000 acre farm of our own, and so we can try a lot of these different technologies on the market, but we're kind of going backwards to what guys did 60, 70, 80 years ago, trying to conserve the soil. And we're doing that with strip till and no-till, and with our sub-inch accuracy, we can go out there and strip in our PK anhydrous and then come back with the planter and plant right back on top of the row. The other thing that we've implemented 2 years ago, we really got involved with it through the EQIP and CSP program, through the NRCS office, is cover crops. And we are broadcasting an aerial application, annual ryegrass, tillage radishes, and red clover. Not only to gather nutrients, build organic matter, but with all the rains that we've had the past 3 years, a lot of our ground has held pretty well due to a cover over the winter, to where guys that generally come in the fall and work their ground to a pulp, a lot of that's going down the river and the creeks, and that's one thing as a farm owner of my own, I don't want to see that happen to my ground. So we started out with about 800 acres last year, and we moved up to about 1,500 acres this year of that same blend. And hopefully, if things continue to go, we'll have all 3,000 acres in a cover crop in the next year or two. Some of the cover crops we're using, we're picking to build organic matter with the annual ryegrass. We use a product called Cover Crop Solutions Root Max annual ryegrass. It puts on an 80% deeper root system. With it, it's really more to build organic matter. We found a lot of the ground that's come out of grass has better yields, and we feel that's due to the organic matter. The other product we're using is the true tillage radish. From what I understand, it's the only true tillage radish. It's a patented name, and those things will mine down 6 feet in some areas. And so we're using that instead of iron to break up compaction zones and also go down in the soil profile and gather leftover nitrogen that could be in the profile in the fall. And then as those radishes die out in the winter and it starts warming up, those start releasing some of those products back to your spring cash crop. And in the past, we've went out and put a fall burn down on, and that was costing about the same money. And so I felt like, and you didn't get any benefit from it other than weed control. So I felt like that same $20 to $25, if I'd spend it in a cover crop, I would get multiple benefits from it come spring that I don't get with the chemical. Without a lot of these technologies and cover crops, general practice is you go out there with a big sub-shank soil warrior or something to break up that hard pan. And so you're spending a lot of money in iron, fuel, time to go across those fields, compacting them. And so we feel like the cost of these cover crops is fairly cheap, and we're getting dual purpose out of them. My hope in time is we can reduce fertilizer rates as we continue to build organic matter and help the bacteria and fungi in the soil create a healthier soil. So just in time, I think it'll save us some money from reduced inputs, less time in tractors, and I hope to see a return in yield. Time-wise, you know, I'm too new to it. I know there's guys in South Dakota that are seeing a pretty hefty return fairly quick, but I think this is something that you can't just try 1 year and give up on. I think it's a several-year program and really a lifetime program to see the full benefit. I think you got to set your mind to it, that's the way you want to farm, and that's how you want to treat the soil. They're never making any more. So you try to build what you have, and we feel like maybe rather than going out and offering high dollar rents for ground, that will improve what we got through the use of these cover crops and building the organic matter and pulling nutrients from the soil, and feel like we can do a better job doing that.